In the words of Seneca, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Now pause. Really let that sink in. Because today, you are not just watching a video. You are standing at the edge of a personal revolution. What if I told you that in just 7 days, you could become a version of yourself so powerful, so clear, so disciplined, that even your closest friends wouldn't recognize you? This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about purposeful action. It's about taking full control of your mind, your habits, your identity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength is already within you. It's not something you need to find. It's something you need to unleash." Over the next 7 days, you will learn how to erase the old you, the version that procrastinated, hesitated, and doubted, and build a life driven by clarity, by discipline, by Stoic purpose. Each day, we will target one area of your life: your mind, your body, your presence, your execution, and rebuild it from the ground up. No fluff, no gimmicks, just ancient wisdom and unrelenting commitment. This is your reset button, but you must press it. And once you do, there's no going back. Are you ready to begin? Let's erase the old you and start building the person you were meant to become. Then solidify your new identity. True transformation isn't about starting, it's about staying. You've made it to day 7. And let's be honest, you are no longer the same person who began this journey. Your thoughts have shifted, your habits have sharpened, your presence has deepened, and something in you has awakened. But today is not a celebration. Today is a test, because transformation is not proven in the moment of decision. It's proven in the days after the decision. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." That means this isn't over. This is not a climax. This is a new standard. A new identity has been born. But identity is fragile in the beginning. Like a flame, it must be protected from the wind. You've built new momentum, but your old life will try to call you back. The old habits, the old mindset, the old voices, they haven't disappeared. They're waiting for weakness, for fatigue, for just this once. Don't fall for it. The new you must now be locked in, not just with emotion, not just with inspiration, but with conscious repetition, with clear vision, with non-negotiable standards. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So if you want to keep this change, you must feed it daily. What you think, what you do, what you tolerate, these are the bricks that build the new identity. So today, you draw a line. You say, "This is who I am now, and there is no going back." Let's get practical. Write your new code, your non-negotiables, what you stand for, what you will never tolerate again. Put it on paper. Read it every morning. Visualize your future self. How does he walk? What does he accept? What does he reject? What energy does he bring into the room? Embody that man. Not next month. Now, audit your environment. If something pulls you back into weakness, cut it out. Toxic people, draining routines, unnecessary noise. This is your life now, and it must reflect your standards. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. And that's your task now, to do what must be done, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's not. This new identity, it's not hype, it's not performance. It's built through action, through choice, through quiet commitment when no one is watching. You don't need praise. You don't need applause. You need alignment between who you say you are and what you actually do. This is the real test of growth. Can you maintain the standard when no one is holding you to it? Can you remain consistent when motivation fades? Remember this. Motivation starts change, but identity sustains it. If you believe you are disciplined, you act disciplined. If you believe you are powerful, you move with certainty. If you believe you are still broken, you unconsciously return to the old patterns. So choose the identity you want and prove it daily, not to others, but to yourself. You are no longer rebuilding. You are now reinforcing, and every small decision, every daily win, every silent victory, it stacks. It compounds. It cements the foundation of your new self. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You've spent enough time learning. Now, you live it. Today is not the end. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life under a new code. You've proven that you can shift your thoughts, discipline your body, command your presence, and execute without mercy. Now, you must protect that evolution, one day at a time, one choice at a time, one breath at a time. This is day 7, and this is your new identity. Not someday, today, not if things go well. Even when they don't, you are not who you were, and the world is about to find out. 2. Relentless execution. Stop talking about change. Take action. You've destroyed your old self. You've reclaimed your body. You've upgraded your mind. You've stepped into your power, but none of that matters if you don't execute. Execution is the bridge between who you are now and who you say you want to be. It's where most people fail. Not because they don't dream big enough, but because they never act long enough. They wait for the perfect moment. They read another book. They watch one more motivational video. They plan. They think. They visualize. But they never pull the trigger. Ce n'est avant. While we wait for life pass. You don't need more time. You need more courage to start. You see, execution is not about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about taking action, especially when you're uncertain. Marcus Aurelius said, just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. Not think the right thing. Not wait for the right thing. Do the right thing. That means apply for that job, launch that project, start that workout, have that conversation, face what you've been avoiding. Every second you delay, you teach your brain that hesitation is safer than movement, and the longer you hesitate, the harder it becomes to begin. So today, you act. and then you act again, and again, until execution becomes your second nature. Even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one claps, you don't wait for motivation. You create momentum through movement. Let me be clear. There is no path to greatness that doesn't pass through discipline, through sweat, through focused, boring, relentless repetition, consistency without applause, effort without guarantees, courage without certainty. That's what separates you from the 99% who just want change but never earn it. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. No more maybe. No more I'll try. No more one day. Just now. Just daily action. Just you. Doing what must be done. Whether you feel like it or not, execution is a muscle. It grows every time you show up. Even if it's messy, even if it's small. Want to become a writer? Write today. Want to be fit? Train today. Want to lead? Make one bold decision today. Don't overthink. Overact. The world belongs to those who move. Those who take imperfect action and refine as they go. Set a goal, a real one. Then break it down and attack the first step today. Not tomorrow. Not when it's easy. Now, because inaction is not neutral, it is slow decay. It is quiet death. It is permission for your old self to return. But you didn't come this far to go back. You came to close the gap between thought and execution. Want accountability? Say your goals out loud. Write them. Declare them to someone who won't let you hide. Build systems. Set deadlines. Remove options for escape. Comfort is your enemy, and the cure is movement. Wake up early. Face the hard tasks first. Create routines so sharp they cut through procrastination. Make discipline your identity, not just your habit. Let me say it again. You don't need more information. You need more execution. You already know what you must do. The only question is, will you do it? Because once you start, everything changes. Each action builds confidence. Each repetition creates clarity. Each choice rewires your destiny. So do not wait. Do not wish. Do not hesitate. Execute. Relentlessly. Today. 3. Build a personal system. Discipline is not a moment. It is a living structure. Motivation is a spark. But systems are firewood. If you rely on motivation alone, you will rise and fall with your emotions. One day, you're inspired. The next, you're back in bed, scrolling, drifting, forgetting why you started. That ends today. Today, you build a system, a way of life that works even when you don't feel like working, a framework that removes the guesswork, that removes friction, that makes action the default, not the exception. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." What does that mean? It means you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So, if your life feels chaotic, it's not because you lack willpower. It's because you lack structure. You must stop relying on feeling and start depending on design. Here's the truth. Your willpower is limited. But systems don't get tired. They don't have bad days. They don't care if you're moody, unmotivated, or sure. They carry you when your emotions want to quit. So, begin with clarity. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most important habits I must repeat daily? What times of day am I most focused? What drains my energy and what fuels it? Then, design your day around that awareness. Block your time. Batch your tasks. Eliminate décision. Don't hope you'll make the right choice. Structure your life so that you do. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily. He used reflection as a system to correct his thoughts, review his actions, and align himself with virtue. You can do the same. Every morning, ask, who do I choose to be today? What action reflects that? Every night, ask, where did I drift? What will I correct tomorrow? These moments become anchors. They keep you from drifting back into the old current. Also create systems for failure. Yes, for failure. Because setbacks are guaranteed, distractions will come. You will miss a day. You will fall short. But systems don't care. They forgive. They reset. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When life breaks your rhythm, your system brings you back. A clear morning routine, a daily review habit, a weekly plan that's already built, so you don't have to start from zero. This is how high performers survive chaos, not by being superhuman, but by designing repeatable patterns that pull them forward. So, what must your system include? A consistent wake-up time to anchor your body clock, a morning ritual, movement, mindset, and clarity, time blocks for deep work, no distractions, no compromise, scheduled recovery, because rest is not weakness. It's strategy, a nightly reset, reflection, gratitude, and preparation. And most importantly, rules, not for punishment, but for freedom. Seneca said, discipline is freedom. When you don't have to negotiate with yourself, you move faster, you think clearer, you feel stronger, because structure is not a prison. It's protection from your lower self, from the noise of the world, from the urge to drift. Let me be clear. You don't need a perfect system. You need one that removes friction and protects your priorities. A system that holds your vision steady even when life gets messy, because it will. And when it does, you won't break. You'll bend and bounce back. That's what systems are for. From this day forward, stop waking up and hoping for a good day. Design one. Before the world pulls at you. Before ikaw zahivis, have a plan. Train your life the way a warrior trains his weapon. Maintain it, sharpen it, adjust it, and never leave home without it. This is day 6. You are no longer a person reacting to life. You are the architect of it. With a system, your actions compound, your growth accelerates, and success becomes inevitable, not because of who you are, but because of what you repeat. 4. Mental upgrade. Your mind is a fortress. If you don't control it, someone else will do it for you. The mind is your most powerful asset or your greatest prison. It dictates how you see the world, how you respond to pain, how you handle failure, and how you shape your destiny. But most people, they don't own their mind. They rent it out to fear, to doubt, to stories they never questioned. Not you, not anymore. Today is the day you upgrade your mind. Not with empty affirmations, not with surface-level positivity, but with clarity, truth, and unshakable control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that is where real transformation begins. Because if your mind is chaotic, your life will reflect that chaos. But if your mind is disciplined, your actions become unstoppable. So let's begin by clearing the clutter. Ask yourself, what beliefs have I inherited but never examined? What stories do I tell myself when I fail? Who would I become if I stopped believing I was broken? Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That's not just philosophy, that's strategy. Because life will test you, people will hurt you, plans will fall apart, and comfort will try to seduce you. But your power lies not in controlling the world, but in commanding your response. And to do that, you must reprogram the inner dialogue. Take note of how you speak to yourself. Do you say, "I can't, I'm not ready, I always fail"? Then stop, right now, because every word you whisper to yourself becomes a command to your subconscious. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And how true that is. The mind invents pain, creates problems, replays the past, fears the future, until you feel paralyzed, even when nothing is wrong. But that stops today. From now on, you speak with clarity, with strength, with certainty. Replace weak language with decisive thought. "I can't" becomes "I will figure it out." "I don't know" becomes "I will learn." "What if I fail" becomes "What if I grow?" And every time you catch yourself drifting into doubt, you stop, you breathe, and you take back control. Control is a muscle, and today, you train it. Train your thoughts the way you train your body. Interrupt the spiral. Reframe the moment. Remind yourself of who you are becoming. Marcus Aurelius practiced premeditatio malorum. The premeditation of adversity. He visualized obstacles before they happened, so when they came, he was already prepared. You can do the same. Before the day begins, ask yourself, what might go wrong today? How will I respond with strength? This isn't pessimism. This is preparation. Mental armor for a chaotic world. And when you face those challenges, you face them without panic, without collapse, without complaint, because you've already rehearsed victory in your mind. Also practice memento mori, the Stoic reminder that life is short, that your time is limited. Epictetus put it plainly, you are a little soul carrying around a corpse. So why waste time on fear? Why delay what you know must be done? Why let your one life be ruled by stories you didn't write? Today, you choose. You choose awareness over autopilot, responsibility over reaction, and clarity over chaos. Your mind is your kingdom. No one enters without permission. No thought rules without approval. No fear dictates your future. Feed your brain high-level fuel. Read books that challenge you. Watch content that uplifts you. Delete distractions that dilute your focus. And journal daily, not to vent, but to build. Write down who you are becoming. Write down the thoughts that no longer serve you. Track your growth like a warrior sharpening his blade. Let discomfort train you. Let silence shape you. Let solitude strengthen you. Because, in the end, the strongest minds are not born. They are built. Built through discipline, through trials, through the daily choice to think better, so you can live better. From this day forward, you are no longer a slave to thought. You are a master of it. And when the world sees you, they will feel it. Because nothing is more powerful than a mind trained to endure. This is day 3. Your mind is now your greatest weapon. 5. Physical reinvention. Your body is the mirror of your mind. Look at your body, not in the mirror, but in the way you feel when you move, in the way you sit, stand, walk, and breathe. Your body is the outer shell of your inner discipline, and if you want to change your life, you must first reclaim the vessel you live in. Seneca once wrote, "We treat the body rigorously so that it will not be disobedient to the mind." He understood something we've forgotten, that physical resilience builds mental resilience. You see, most people treat their body like an afterthought. They eat what numbs them. They move only when convenient. And they live as if their strength is optional. But it is not. Your strength is your foundation. Not just for health, but for how you show up in the world, how you lead, how you speak, how you endure pain and pursue purpose. And that begins today. No matter your age, no matter your past, you reclaim your body now. Start with movement. You don't need a gym. You need intention. If you're young, train like a warrior. Lift, run, stretch, breathe fire into your limbs. If you're older, walk with rhythm, stretch with purpose, move with awareness. Use your years as fuel, not an excuse. Marcus Aurelius trained his body through discipline even while ruling Rome. In his meditations, he reminded himself, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. And what is standing in your way right now? Laziness, excuses, the idea that it's too late. Then that becomes your path. Face it and move through it. Fuel your body like it matters, because it does. Cut out what weakens you. Sugar, alcohol, processed garbage. Not because a diet told you to, but because your purpose demands clarity. You cannot build a disciplined mind in a foggy body. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show a man to himself." So create those difficulties on purpose. Take cold showers. Train through discomfort. Fast occasionally. Feel hunger. Feel resistance. And then witness your inner strength emerge. This isn't about six-packs. This is about building a body that feels like a temple. A body that serves your mission Stand tall. Pull your shoulders back. Speak with breath. Not from your throat, but from your core. Command space. Own your frame, because how you carry yourself is how the world learns to treat you. Your posture isn't just physical, it's psychological. It tells others if you are hiding or if you are ready, and you are ready. Create a ritual. Start every day with movement. 10 push-ups. A walk in the morning sun. Stretch your spine. Feel your breath. Do it before the world asks anything of you. Because your body isn't a tool for vanity. It is your weapon of purpose. From this day forward, you eat like you respect yourself. You train like your mission depends on it. You sleep like your recovery matters. You don't ask, "Do I feel like moving today?" You declare, "I move because I am not here to decay." Let others sleep in. Let others get soft. Let others complain that change is hard. You were born for the discipline. You were born for this kind of transformation. One step, one movement, one conscious breath at a time. Your body is not behind you. It is with you. It is your partner in this war against the old self. And today, you make a pact with it. To rise. To move. To evolve. This is your physical rebirth. And it begins now. 6. Social presence and command. You don't have to speak up to be heard. When you walk into a room, what do people feel? Not what they say, not what they assume, but what do they feel in their gut? When you appear, presence is not about being loud. It's not about charm, or clothes, or even charisma. True presence is energy anchored in self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius never shouted. He didn't have to. His silence carried more weight than most men's speeches. Because when a man is in command of himself, he naturally commands the space around him, and that's what you begin building today. Let's be honest. If people see you the same way they always have, they'll treat you the same way they always did. And no amount of self-development matters. If the world still sees weakness in your posture, hesitation in your tone, or doubt in your eyes. So let's start there. Look in the mirror, not to admire yourself, but to study your energy. Do your shoulders slump? Do your eyes dart away when someone holds your gaze? Does your voice trail off like you're unsure of what you're worth? Then fix it, not by pretending, but by embodying the version of yourself that you are now becoming. Seneca said, "Speech that's restrained is better than speech that's excessive." Power doesn't beg for attention. It holds it, with stillness, with clarity, with certainty. Start with body language. Stand as if you matter. Because you do. Walk into every room like it was built to receive you. Not arrogantly, but with calm purpose, with weight behind your steps, and intention behind your gaze. Make eye contact. Steady, not aggressive. Hold your chin parallel to the ground. And carry yourself like someone who doesn't chase approval, because he's already chosen himself. You don't need people to validate you. You need people to feel your conviction. And conviction is silent. Next, your voice. Slow it down. Cut the filler words. No more like, or maybe. Speak with pause. Speak with precision. Even if it takes you longer to respond, take the space. Own the silence. People will lean in when they sense that your words are intentional. Epictetus said, "Nature gave us one tongue and two ears so we could listen twice as much as we speak." So listen deeply, not just to words, but to the emotion behind them. People will feel seen, and in return, they will respect your presence. Now let's go deeper. Because presence is more than posture or speech. It is a psychological signal. And you are the transmitter. You teach people how to treat you, not by demanding respect, but by embodying it. Respect yourself in your choices. Respect your time. Respect your silence. The Stoics were never reactive. They did not explode. They responded with composure, and it made them feared and admired. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." So don't tell the world who you are. Show it. Show it in the way you walk, in the way you shake hands, in the way you say no, firmly, kindly, and without guilt. Your presence begins where your insecurities end. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for taking space. Stop lowering your voice to be more liked. From today on, you exist without needing permission. You speak because you have something to say, not because you fear the silence. You enter the room grounded, because you've done the inner work. You've faced your darkness. You've trained your mind. And now, you no longer need to convince anyone. Your energy does it for you. And yes, appearance matters. Not vanity, but intentional presentation. Dress for the life you're building. Groom yourself like someone who respects their identity. Carry yourself like the leader of your own life. The world notices effort, and effort builds reputation. Even your scent, your tone, your silence, they speak louder than words. Presence is your shield, but also your sword. It protects you from being overlooked and pierces through noise without ever raising your voice. It begins inside and radiates outward. From this day forward, you don't just enter rooms, you shift them. And the people around you, they won't be able to explain why, but they will feel it. That something in you has changed, and that something is everything. 7. Destroy the old self. Start your journey from the root liberation. Before you rise, you must burn. Before a new identity can be built, the old one must be erased. Completely. Unapologetically. This is not self-improvement. This is self-destruction of everything that's held you back. Let that truth settle, because too many men try to build on rotten foundations. They want change, but still hold hands with their old excuses. Still sleep next to their comfort zones. Still call their bad habits just who I am. But you are here because something inside you refuses to stay the same. So listen closely. Today, you declare war, not on the world, but on the weaker version of yourself, the you that numbs pain with distractions, the you that fears failure more than regret, the you that wakes up with no fire, no direction, and no demand for more. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." And today, you begin to live, but first, You must let die everything that is not aligned with the man you are meant to become. Write it down. Write a letter to your old self. The one who settled, the one who scrolled, the one who blamed others, who complained, waited, hoped, but never acted. Write his name at the top. Then list every weakness, every lie, every bad habit, everything you know must go. Then destroy it, burn it, rip it to pieces, flush it, bury it. Make it ceremonial, because this act marks your departure from a life of passivity into a life of purpose. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." And that's exactly what you're doing now. You're facing the greatest adversity of all, your former self. It will resist. It will whisper, "You've tried before." It will tempt you with old comforts. It will say, "Just one more lazy day, just one more scroll, just one more excuse." But that voice is not yours anymore. You are not here to make small improvements. You are here to eliminate, to cut deep into the parts of you that no longer deserve to survive, to take radical ownership of every thought, every action, every outcome. Epictetus taught, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." So today, don't talk about being better, be better. If you wake up late, fix it. If you eat like you don't respect yourself, stop it. If you surround yourself with people who weaken you, walk away. No mercy, only clarity. This process is painful, yes, but staying the same. That pain lasts a lifetime. Transformation is not found in comfort. It is forged in fire. And today, you become fire. You are not bound by your past. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are simply the product of the standards you tolerate. And from this moment forward, you tolerate nothing that weakens you. The destruction of your old self is not the end. It is the beginning of a new code, a new mind, a new body, a new man. You don't need a new year. You don't need more motivation. You need to decide, right now, right here, that you are done with who you were and fully committed to who you must become. This is not temporary. This is permanent. This is day one, and there is no turning back. 7 days ago, you began with a decision, not a wish, not a dream, but a decision to erase the version of yourself that could no longer carry your future. And now, look at you. You've faced your fears. You've destroyed your excuses. You've rebuilt your habits. You've taken back your time, your energy, your identity. But understand this. This was never just a 7-day challenge. This was a declaration that you will no longer live passively, that you will no longer settle for less, that from this day forward, you live with intention, with discipline, with purpose. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You could be good today, but instead, you choose tomorrow." But not you. You chose today. You chose discomfort. You chose growth. You chose to rise. So carry this fire forward. Don't let it fade. Protect your progress. Refine your rituals. Sharpen your identity daily. Because the old you is gone, and who you are now is not a result of luck, but of courage. So walk boldly, speak clearly, live fully. You've erased the old you. Now go and become unforgettable.